everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy New Year. I hope everyone has had a really good start to the year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do last week's show because my dog of 12 years passed away that day, and I was just way too emotional, and I would have been a blubbering mess on air, and it would not have been pretty at all. I appreciate all of the love, support, and understanding from friends, family, callers, listeners, clients, everybody. I really appreciate the love, and some of you had some amazing gestures and did some beautiful things in remembrance of my little baby. So thank you. And before I start crying and getting emotional, let's just get started with tonight's show. Let's begin with a little rundown on the energies for January 2018 and what you can expect. And then I'll get into this week's predictions and take a caller. So this month has two full super moons. And super moons occur when the moon is closer to the Earth, so it appears bigger to us, or bigger than usual. And two full moons in a month only happens every couple of years, so you can expect some extra potency of energies this month, from emotional to mainly emotional. The moon's tied to our emotions. So you can expect a letting go of the old either by choice or by force. So again, if you are consciously participating in your life, then you know there's some things you need to let go of. You know there's some things that you need to change. And if you do that and make the choice and take the action steps and make the change, it will be smoother, it'll be easier, a little less painful. Or if you choose to deny what you're feeling and choose to stay the same and do nothing, a lot of times the universe gives us a nice push off the ledge, and sometimes that could not look so pretty. So do it by choice, and either way, you're going to be ushering in the new this month. And it does kind of feel like things could be happening simultaneously. So as you're letting go of something new is coming in. And, it's kind of a good thing because it helps letting go of the old a lot easier. So just embrace it and roll with it. Now, this month, Mercury retrograde ends January 12th. So everyone will really start feeling like forward momentum. You're going to get pulled into wanting to get things done or pushed into wanting to get things done. It's just going to be high energy of forward motion and, being ready to accomplish things. If you're looking to launch any new creative ventures or start something new, now's the time to do it. We basically have a free retrograde period through to March. So there's lots of possibilities and opportunities, so go for it. Overall, I feel like it's going to be a productive month in all areas of your life. How it manifests for you is all dependent on you. And remember, any challenges that arise serve a higher purpose, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Here's what you can expect from now until next Thursday. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, and spirituality. If you want specifics just for you, I do offer personal monthly and weekly predictions for $58 a month, and you can sign up through my website, AskRebecca.guru, and that should be on the screen somewhere for you to look up. So the general themes for the month of this week of January, which run through to next Thursday. Some of this energy this week is very neutral. So there won't be much conflict. I just feel it's really going to be a blank canvas and clear energy. I feel like, this will be happening for those of you who are stepping off the old road and are ready to get onto the new one, or you're in that transition phase of letting go and starting fresh. The way this neutral feeling can come about, sometimes it could come across as a feeling of emptiness, or for some it will be content. But if you haven't really ever experienced being neutral, then to you, it could potentially feel like an emptiness, like something's missing. Try not to get that confused. It really is you being in a place of contentment, and it's just the gap between the transition. Some of you will literally find yourselves in places that are empty spaces. So to me, it kind of feels like some of you are house hunting. So you'll be looking at a lot of homes that aren't furnished and have empty spaces. Some of you will be looking at apartments. Some I feel like will end up in office buildings and see there's not a lot of furniture, or it just feels empty in some way. You know, and again, this is just all signs showing up in your life of this space of neutrality, I guess, the energy that's coming through. Either way, it's a good thing. Like I said, it's just the void between closing the door on the old and opening the door to the new. Another theme is choose your battles. A few of you, I feel like, are fighting the good fight over small annoyances this week. You'll be feeling like a rebel with a cause, but do you really have a cause? Because I really feel like some of you won't have a cause. Like, you're really just being a rebel without a cause. And I wouldn't want you to waste your energy on things that you can't control, or things that really don't have a bearing on the bigger picture of your life. You know, these are just distractions. So to me, it feels like it's time for a major readjustment of priorities for some of you. And you can see that happening this week. So if you catch yourself like, you know, who dropped that piece of paper on the floor, and you're getting yourself worked up about that, just remember, it's not worth the time and energy. Just pick the piece of paper up and move on with your life. Some of you are allowing the dramas of the world to affect who you are. And for some of you, it shows up in ways of being less compassionate and less understanding, or, you know, maybe all of a sudden you're finding yourself more angry and cynical, and, you know, it's kind of that feeling of fighting fire with fire. And this week, be focused, stay focused on your strengths, and learn to be a silent observer. And, you know, being a silent observer doesn't mean doing nothing. It just means you're not engaging in a way that doesn't have a clear resolution. So what I mean is affect change by being the change you wish to see. So if you're angry about climate change, for example, find ways to have less of a carbon footprint in your own life instead of blaming and fighting with climate change deniers. So, you know, avoid stooping to the same level as other people, because again, this conflict, it gets nothing accomplished. It really doesn't. And it doesn't diffuse the situation or create any change. It's just keeping the fighting going and keeping the separation of all of this going. So, you know, we all need to get to a place of neutrality. We can agree to disagree. So again, if this happens this week, try to take a step back and just figure out how you can affect change in a positive way instead of engaging in an argument. It does nothing for you. And, you know, the cynicism, and not everybody is how you may perceive them or think that they are just because they have a different belief system than you. Let's see. Oh, this week, many of you, I feel, will begin to see the bigger picture and realize all seemingly opposites are part of a greater whole. So again, this kind of goes to, you know, people having different opinions or what's going on around in the world. Just because it's opposite of you doesn't make it separate of you. It's still part of the bigger picture and the greater whole of this reality. So it's time to let go of any judgments that define and limit ourselves and others. This week we'll be unifying our personal selves and our spiritual selves. So we're kind of integrating some different aspects of ourselves, and we're very multidimensional. You know, we're more than just this physical body. We have a soul, we have different energy levels, we have all these things that we're kind of integrating, all these different energies. So to me, this is a clearing, it's clearing a pathway to go forward. And it's that pathway is helping you gain confidence in your life and helping you make the necessary changes. In general, I feel like it's going to be a good week for everyone. I do feel like some of you will get rest this week. You'll be able to recharge your batteries. I feel wishes coming true for some of you this week. So if you've been wishing for something, think about what it is you've been wishing for. And I feel like you will see it. It will show up, or you'll see signs of it. It's there. Several of you, I feel like, also will have like a sudden understanding, just understandings coming to you about yourself, about other people, and about the world. Like, really, it's just like your intuition and that deeper connection. Like, it's really going to be powerful, and you'll feel it, and you'll know. It's going to be like, whoa, now I understand this. You'll just see it from a completely different perspective. And whatever knowledge that comes through for you, I do feel like this is a knowledge that you can trust. Also, an energy of the week, domination of the mind over the heart isn't always wanted, but sometimes it's necessary. This week, the mind energy is going to be stronger than usual. And I feel like this time it's okay to welcome it, and it's okay to be a little bit out of balance this week, because for those of you who've had some, have to make some hard choices, I feel like there's several of you that need to make some decisions. This energy is perfect for maintaining concentration and focus. So enjoy the assertiveness and confidence this self-control and focus brings into your life. Like, use it to your advantage to get things done. Do what you know is best for you. Listen to yourself. And if you can master yourself, then you'll have no problem mastering this world and everything that comes along with it. And by the way, like, I'm not talking about the mind chatter, that voice that gives you negative feedback and that's, keeping you in flight or fight mode. This is a different kind of energy, and you'll feel the difference. And since we're integrating things, we're also integrating our male and female energies this week. And some of you, I feel, will have a man or a woman with a male energy and or father figure or father figure type showing up in your lives. And I do feel like this man could irritate you, but he's really just there to teach you something. For some, I feel like he's going to be teaching you without even trying. It might just be this random conversation that you have with a stranger. And for some, I feel like this person could be a little pushy and trying to force, this teaching onto you. I feel like some of you are going to learn that rules have their place and their reasons. Some will learn the benefits of structure and logic ruling over emotions and lesser desires. And I feel like for a few of you, this person, man, could actually have a romantic interest in you as well. Work, for those of you employed, I feel many will be taking important steps and leaps in your work life. Some of you are preparing to start your own business in some way. Just expect good things and let your talents be obvious. Cooperation at work is also a theme for some of you. Advice that was coming through is pay attention to organization, follow through, and logic. Your efforts won't go unnoticed, and expect great results. Work, for those of you looking for a job, I feel like several of you will be successful in finding work by pointing out the logical reasons why this company should hire you, right? So in your interview process, like, give them logic, give them facts. Like, you need me because this, I can bring this to the table. Don't be shy. Others, I feel like you'll be successful just by being logical and sustaining effort in your job search. So I feel lots of leads and things happening this week for those of you that are looking for a job. Love, committed relationships. For some of you that have recently been going through difficulties in your relationship, I do feel like that's coming to an end this week. Either by ending the relationship, agreeing to disagree, or coming up with a solid resolution and compromise that works best for both of you because you actually had a conversation and communicated things to each other. So I think that's wonderful. Those of you that are looking for love, I feel like someone may try to establish a relationship with you this week. And those of you open to having a relationship coming in and you've been doing your work, I just feel like you're going to have great success. I do feel like a few of you are going to get judgy and maybe self-sabotage. So catch yourself putting up walls, catch yourself putting up blocks, catch yourself if you're judging a book by its cover. You know, give people a chance. You can't make up your mind within 5 minutes of meeting someone. Even if you're psychic and intuitive, like, you've got to give the opportunity because we're jaded, we have our baggage, and those are the things that we see outside of ourselves projected onto others. A couple of you may find yourselves falling for someone older than you. I feel like this person, this could be connected to the same person, or this could also be somebody completely separate for some of you. I feel like you'll be falling for someone that could be logical, organized, and likes things in order. And then there's some of you I feel like are going to be attracted to someone who isn't reciprocating the attraction to you. And for some of you, I feel like it's a dead end. So, you know, cut your losses, move on. There's plenty of fish in the sea. For others, I feel like persistence will pay off. Just take your time getting to know this person, because I feel like a friendship develops no matter what. And from that place on, so this person could be doing what I'm saying for you not to do, be a little judgy. So this person could be doing that to you, but with confidence and persistence, I do feel like it'll pay off. Finances, financially, things are good this week. Some of you will see an increase or better flow to finances. Others will see, see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like, you know, oh, I have 3 more payments and my car's paid off, and, you know, that's going to put extra money in my wallet. So this is a good thing, and you'll see that or become aware of it. Some of you are collaborating with others, and through that collaboration of work or, you know, project or whatever you're doing, I feel you'll see an increase in finances because of that. Some of you who are struggling, I feel like need to bring discipline, logic, and order to your finances in order to see them work better for you. So, you know, create a budget. You know, what are you paying attention to in your life? Like, you know, whatever you're focused on, that's what grows. So are you treating your money with respect? Do you know how much money you have and where it's going? Are you paying attention to what you do have, or are you paying attention to what you don't have? You know, whatever you do this week, I feel like it's important not to focus on lack, because if you do, that's going to grow exponentially this week. So try to focus on what you want. Health, order, discipline, and logic are the running themes for the week. So take that approach when it comes to your health. I really do feel like some of you need to be tracking your symptoms that you're having, tracking what you're putting in your body, what you're putting on your body. I just feel like there's stuff that's affecting you. It could be the laundry detergent. It could be a bunch of other things. Just see if any of it's connected by keeping track of symptoms after you eat, do something, whatever. And I do feel like it's several of you. Spirituality, many of you are seeking spiritual fulfillment. New information and insights will be all around this week from surprising sources. This is a great week to try not to get, you know, it's important not to get sucked into the logic mind thing, even though that's what we're talking about. You know, just use it for its intended purposes, but don't overthink and get into fear-based mentality. If you find yourself struggling, try to meditate. And when you meditate, every time you start thinking too much, stop yourself and start over by focusing on your breath or your breathing. If it takes 100 times to start over again, just keep starting over, because it will create the space between your thoughts, and eventually your thoughts will be less and less, and you'll experience peace. So let me get to the caller, because I was a little slow here, and I think I probably have about 8 minutes left. So let me get to April in El Cajon, California. Hi, how are you? April? So I think we lost April, and I do believe we're getting another caller on the line. But in the meantime, what we could do, since I haven't done it in a while, is a quick moment of Zen. So if you close your eyes, open your palms, and tell yourself that you're open to receive, I'm going to be connecting with you energetically to raise your vibration, to help expand your consciousness, and help increase your awareness. So take a deep breath and exhale, and here we go, and I'll tell you when to open your eyes. All right, you can open your eyes. I feel like for some of you, what you may have experienced while doing this energy session is a lot of flickering in the eyes and some light coming down in. I just feel like energy was pouring into your eyes and into the crown of your head and just then kind of worked its way throughout your body. I hope that everybody has a really great week. And, it looks like I don't have a caller yet, so I'm going to just go ahead and keep talking for a little while. I'm going to see, I used to do for my subscribers on YouTube, I would see if I could connect with any crossed over loved ones. So let me see if I can connect with a crossed over loved one and see if I can get some messages for any of you. All right, so let me just take a moment here. Okay, it feels like I have a female energy here, a woman. Now um, she feels elderly when she passed, but she's showing me a younger version of herself. And she has blonde hair and it's shoulder length. And of course, I have a caller now. So she's got long, medium blonde hair and she's not giving me a name, but I do feel like she's connected to someone in San Diego. And I feel like she was a very, very spiritual person, and she was like at the cutting edge of, this whole movement of the New Age spirituality. I feel like she really carried a high vibration, and she's sending her love to all the listeners and saying that she's actually sharing some of her own energy with everybody through this challenging period of the planet. All right, so let me get to Angela in Brooklyn, New York. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We have 5 minutes, so are there any burning questions that you have for me?
Well, my husband passed about 2 years ago, and I've been having a very difficult time. And I just wonder if you see me finally finding peace within myself, or if things are going to change a bit.
Well, I kind of feel so. I feel like your husband is around. Do you know? Well, of course you would know his name. I kept getting the name John. Does his name start with a J?
No, his name was Anthony.
Ah. All right. Well, then that's not him that I feel right here, right now.
Oh, John was my father.
Oh, okay. So then it's your dad that's coming through. Okay. So let me see. He says he's always around you and he's with your husband and he's saying, don't worry, he's taking good care of him. Did your father have a thick New York accent?
Yeah.
It feels like a thick accent. He's like, don't you worry. I mean, I'm kind of probably stereotyping and putting it like a movie or something, but he's with that. And he says, don't you worry, I mean, I don't know if he would say like, "Don't you worry your pretty little face about it," but that's kind of the impression that I get. Um,
Mhm.
Now, I do feel like, you could have new love. Like Anthony wasn't the end all be all. And I feel like there's a part of you that is afraid, like you mentally, you tell yourself like you're ready to, go put yourself back out there. But there's a part of you
Mhm.
that's blocking yourself from allowing that to happen. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like if you could just let all your walls fall down, grieve. Like he wants you to move on. Your dad is saying you've got to move on. Like you can't just block yourself off from people. You could meet somebody this year. Like it feels right there, like imminent. And it almost feels like I don't know, do you walk to work or are you like, do you walk a lot somewhere?
Yeah, I'm always walking. I don't drive.
Oh, okay. So you're going to meet this person along your walk. Like it's that like almost serendipitous in a way. Like it's like it feels really kind of romantic and like you're going to meet this person while you're walking. And even it could even be like literally bumping into this person. So keep your eyes and ears open and just pay attention on your walk and let your heart shine through. Are you struggling financially a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like you might be actually waiting on some financial news. Are you waiting on news from anybody about finances or there's money?
No,
Something's
it did. No.
okay, so maybe you're not waiting on it. It may be that you're going to receive financial news. I feel like you're going to see an increase beginning in February. Like something's going to come. I don't know if it's from a financial institution or there's something where you're going to get money or increase in your salary. Either way, there's definitely money coming to you. I am so sorry.
Oh, I hope so.
I do feel it. Stay positive. Focus on what you want. I only have 30 seconds, so I have to go. I wish you all the best, and I'm certain I feel positive things for you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. If you'd like to book a session, you can contact me at AskRebeccaToday@gmail or call 407-374-3133. You can text me, too. I hope everybody has a fantastic week, and I will see you on Thursday.